Caitlin Clark, Steph Curry, Muggsy Bogues, Nate Robinson, Tom Brady, Larry Bird, even Michael Jordan, Serena Williams, Kobe Bryant. What do all of these amazing athletes have in common? No matter what their physical skills are, they all use mentality to push themselves to a new level of greatness. They are all very capable of using visualization to see themselves as great before they become great. And that is something that I believe we are all guilty of undervaluing. In today's video, the Honorable Coach Rick presides, and we are holding the mind on trial. That's right. If you're a parent, coach, or an athlete, we are accusing your mind today of being guilty of underestimating the power of visualization. That's right. Visualization is one of the key components of success in sports and beyond, and so many of us are not using it. We've either decided we're too cool for it, you tried it once and it didn't work, maybe we didn't do it correctly. It's a beautiful tactic that we are leaving behind as we try to achieve our goals. Well, today we are going to put the mind on trial, and we're going to produce 3 key pieces of evidence that prove that the mind is guilty, and we are going to lock your brain up. That's right, you heard me right. We're going to lock your mind into a contained, confined space where the only thing your mind can do is think positive thoughts and think the things that you need to think in order to achieve your goals. Let's get to it. Okay, so is a trial against your mind a little bit dramatic? Sure, I'll take that, but I believe that a little bit of drama is necessary here because there's so much positive things that can come out of having the right mindset. And after all, that's why we're here. That's what this space is all about. So let's not be too cool for it. Let's get right into it. All right, here's the first piece of evidence, and it could be the only piece of evidence that we need. We are going to go to the tried and true book of the Bible. Hebrews chapter 11 says this: faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. And here we are in a court case. And in a court case, anywhere, everywhere, you need evidence. So I have the evidence that the very idea of having faith and believing that you are going to achieve the very thing that you're set out to achieve. That could be everything from hitting the free throw to getting a college scholarship to making it to the NBA. Whatever it is that you want to do, it starts with you having the faith that you can do. It is actually the substance. Think about that word. What does the word substance mean? It means to have something underneath of the stance. So if your stance is that you're going to be good at sport, the substance underneath of it is evidence, the proof, the foundation behind. So what is your substance? Faith, true faith. So if I said to you, hey, I'm going to have the biggest YouTube channel in the world in 5 years, I just said it. It's all. I never did anything about it. I didn't visualize it. I didn't think about the types of videos that we wanted to do when we got there. I didn't think about the amount of times I wanted to smile at the camera. I didn't spend a ton of time researching and figuring out how to come correctly on this channel. Then it would just be words. But if I put true faith behind my words, underneath my words, that is the substance of the thing that I hope for. And the very evidence I can prove to you that I'm going to get my goals done through my faith. So many of us have set a goal. We've set a goal before. We said, I'm going to make the team as a sophomore. I'm going to make varsity as a sophomore. We say that goal, but do we have faith? Have we put any action behind that goal? Words are not evidence of faith. Action is the evidence of faith. When someone says, hey, I believe in gravity. If you have faith in gravity, you know the law of gravity works. What goes up must come down. You have faith in that. What happens? Well, you only jump off of ledges that you know you can land on. Our actions back up what we actually have faith in. Well, sports works the same way. If you truly believe that you're going to be successful in sports, all of your actions are done as a successful person. You do the thing that you say you're going to do, and you do it now before all the glitz and glamour comes, before all the glory comes. You do it now. Oh, if I made it to the NBA, then I would shoot 5,000 shots a day like them because they're professionals. No. Anyone who's waiting to get there before they start doing the things that it takes to get there is someone who does not have faith. Faith is the very substance of the thing that you hope for. It is the action behind the thing that you hope for. So that's our first piece of evidence today. I want you guys to see the word visualization, and I want you to start looking at it first from a biblical standpoint. If you can see it happen before it happens, it's already happening. I want you to hear me again. If you guys can see your goals visually in your mind taking place before they actually take place, then you have started the process of achieving your goals. If your mind won't allow you to visually see yourself as the best version of yourself, then you are guilty, my friend. You are guilty of underestimating the power of visualization. You are guilty of not having the faith that it takes to be great. And so I wanted to call you out today. I wanted you to come to this video and just learn how to use visualization to achieve your goals. But first, we have to establish that visualization is important and that it works. And it is the substance of the thing that you hope for and the evidence of the thing that you do not see yet. Speaking of yet, in this book, one of my favorite books, Mindset by Carol Dweck, it's a book about psychology. And in this book, she breaks down the concept of the power of yet. What does that mean? It means that anything that you haven't accomplished, you have a choice on how you want to view that thing. And what Carol Dweck is telling us, which I completely agree with, is that those three letters, that very simple word yet, makes a major difference in how our mind is viewing the thing that we want to do. So visualization tells you that it gives you permission to look at everything that you want to do as something that you're going to do eventually. You don't necessarily have to have evidence that you've done it before for it to start to be real to you. So you got to use that simple word. One of the things I love to do, especially when I'm talking about the Bible, is I like to take the concepts that are in the Bible and bring them back from these things that happened thousands of years ago with people that we don't relate to, that are ultimately about trying to convert someone into a particular religion. That's a very limited view of those 66 books that are contained in the Bible. At AGB, I'm very forthcoming with my beliefs. I love the Lord. I love the Bible. Faith, athletics, and academics are the founding principles of my life. However, I would say that one of the things that we don't do enough is show people how the Bible is actually backed up in our everyday world. It isn't just some old book. It's backed up in modern psychology. So faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. And the mind is capable of seeing itself do something that it hasn't done yet. I'll tell you guys a quick story about an athlete I was working with not too long ago. I was meeting this athlete for the first time. I had heard about her ability to play the game, and the word on the street was that she was very, very competitive, very, very strong player in the post. She wanted to come to me and work on her shooting a little bit. I said, all right, I can do that. So I met her in the gym and we started talking. Like I do oftentimes, I asked her, hey, what is it that you want to work on? I didn't want to just hear from her coach or her parent. I wanted to know specifically from her, what does she want to work on? And this is what the athlete said to me. Well, I'm a terrible shooter, so I want to work on getting better at that. And immediately, right away, I knew that getting her to the place where we're going to talk about her balance of her feet or where her elbow is or how she snaps her wrists or any of that stuff that is important when it comes to being a better shooter, the first thing I had to do was add the yet. I had to change the way she was thinking, the perspective that she had on shooting. To call yourself a terrible shooter is evidence. It is substance. It does create some reality in your mind that ultimately shuts out the idea that you'll ever be a great shooter. I like to present that as sort of exhibit A for you athletes out there that have gone to games before, missed your first 3 or 4 shots, and have had said something to yourself along the lines of, I'm off today, I'm broke today, I'm in a shooting slump. You'll tell yourself those things. You'll say them out loud or you'll say them internally. And as you say them, guess what? You give them substance. Key to greatness is to only say the things that contribute to greatness. And just those 3 little letters put together in one small word can make a major difference. Man, I'm 0 for 3. I haven't hit 1 yet, but it's coming. So I talked to that athlete and I said, hey, listen, that's the first thing we're going to do. I want you to never say that to me again. If I'm going to train with you, you don't call yourself terrible at anything. You reframe that and say, I haven't mastered shooting yet. That works for me. I get excited about working with someone who's humble enough and self-aware enough to know there are things they haven't accomplished yet. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to use the word yet to frame a mindset that creates growth. This channel is called Always Get Better. We want you to walk away. This is free content that you can consume to walk away with a growth mindset. It makes all the difference in the world. As Exhibit B, I would like to present a list of athletes that we know have maximized who they are based off of their mentality and their ability to use visualization and other techniques to become the best, as opposed to just physically talented. Muggsy Bogues, Nate Robinson, Steve Nash, Steph Curry, Caitlin Clark, Larry Bird, Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Giannis, Serena Williams. The list goes on and on. You say, oh, well, Coach Rick, what are you talking about? Giannis, Michael, Serena, these guys are phenomenal athletes. You're right. They absolutely are. But in addition to being extremely athletic, they also have an extremely tough mentality. And so I don't think that you have to be physically inept or not have athleticism in order to need mentality. Even if you are the absolute best athlete on your team, in your community, I still encourage you to have a maximum supreme mentality, a growth set mentality that allows you to think about yourself as the best version of yourself as often as possible. So if that long list of athletes that we all celebrate for their greatness have been able to maximize who they are through their mind, in addition to or instead of their physical prowess, then certainly we have more evidence that we can do it too. So I believe we have created a case against your mind, and we have proven it guilty of underestimating the power of visualization and of positive mindset and growth mindset and positive self-talk when it comes to achieving your sports goals. So what are we going to do now? Well, like any case, when the criminal is found guilty, we're going to lock it away. You've heard the term lock in. Well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to teach you exactly how to lock in on your goals. We're going to put your mind in a confined space in which we only give it permission to do a few things. And one of those things is really the essence of today's video. You must use visualization. I want you to use it, and here's how you're going to do it. You can do it either before you go to sleep the day before the game, or the day of the game, 20 minutes before game time, or both. I want you to find a quiet place in which no one else is around. And I'm going to give you two choices on how you're going to incorporate visualization into your craft. Number one choice, you can use internal visualization. This means you need no props, you need no tools. All you need is your mind. You're going to close your eyes and you're going to use all of your senses to think about how you want to feel. What do you want to smell? What do you want to taste? What do you want to see? What are you going to do when it comes to being your best version of yourself in this game? I want you to see yourself hitting that game-winning shot. I want you to see yourself visually balanced when you're shooting every shot that you take. I want you to see yourself with your shoulders down on every pick and roll and trying to get by the defender's head. I want you to see yourself sitting down on defense with your arms wide out as far as they could possibly go, ready to compete. Everything is competitive when you're around. And whatever your weaknesses are, whatever the things is that you're struggling with, I want you to add the word yet to it all. I'm not saying if you're 0 for 25 from 3 for the season that you should go out there and just jack a bunch of threes. I'm saying if you're 0 for 25, I just want you to say, I haven't hit a three-pointer yet, but you know that you're capable of hitting them. If you've done them before, if you've done them in practice, you can do them in the games. If you're getting your shots up, if you've added some substance, some faith behind your goals, then I give you permission to now go out there, use visualization to see yourself performing at your best. You're going to do it before bed, or you're going to do it 20 minutes before the game. Now, the other thing that you can do is you can use actual external visualization. This is something that's becoming more and more popular. Put it in the comments if you have a vision board. If you have a vision board, I want to hear about it. If you don't have a vision board yet, I suggest that you make one. We've created one for you at AGB Coaching, and we're going to put a link to that in the description. I want you to use those external vision boards. There's an old saying, so it is written, so let it be done. Everything that you write down has more power than everything that you do not. So we talked about saying it creates some sense of power. We talked about how visualizing it creates a sense of power, but writing it down really adds a sense of power to it. It makes it real, it makes it relevant, it makes it tangible. So take your goals and write them down. I'm going to have 20 points in this game. I'm going to have 15 points in this game. I'm going to have 7 rebounds in this game. I'm going to make varsity as a sophomore. Whatever your goals are, I want you to write them down. And then before bed or 20 minutes before the game, you can visually look at them. That way you don't necessarily have to use your imagination. One of the cool things that you learn in these types of books, like psychology books and the Bible and all sorts of things, is how this whole thing works. Do you guys recognize that the brain does not know the difference between what you've imagined to be true and what is physically true? That's what's so amazing about the mind. So the brain doesn't understand the difference between that it's been imagined over and over and over again and that which it has done over and over again. If you are a serious athlete, what's so cool about that concept is that you're ultimately going to load your brain with both. Now that we've locked your brain away and we've given it these kind of confined rules that it must think positive things at all times, then here's what you're going to do. You're going to think positive things at all times, and then you're going to reinforce it with activity. I'm the greatest shooter that ever lived. I'm going to make 7 3-pointers in the next game. And then I'm going to back that up by getting to the gym and shooting over and over and over and over and over again. That is the process by which somebody maximizes who they are with their mind. It's an awesome, awesome tool that we've already found most of you guilty of not using it. So that's our video for today. Now you know we've presented 3 pieces of evidence that proves that you were underestimating the power of visualization. We talked about the Bible and how faith is the substance of the things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So if you have faith, you have evidence of the thing that you want to see happening in your basketball career. After that, we went to psychology. If the Bible didn't do it for you, we went to the world of psychology and we talked to you about the growth mindset and how it creates with just 3 simple letters that create one simple word, yet. The power of yet creates this sort of land, this sort of fertile soil to grow the thing that you want to achieve just by saying, I haven't done it yet, but I can and I will. And then we listed a final list of athletes that we know who have maximized who they are because of their mindset. And we're going to have you join them. And now that you've been found guilty, we've confined your mind to positive spaces only. You're going to use visualization either before you go to bed or 20 minutes before game time to see yourself as the best version of yourself, right? You can do that internally, or you can do that by using a vision board and writing down your goals. Now, we want to help you get better. So we have included in the description our game day checklist. Our game day checklist is a comprehensive list of things that we know work for athletes. We want you to check the box of all the things that athletes do to maximize who they are. Are you eating well? Are you sleeping well? Are you using visualization? It's something you can print off as oftentimes as you want and actually fill it out with paper, or you can just leave it on your cell phone and fill it out on your cell phone and just see not only how are you performing before the game, but also how did you do after the game. It's an awesome, awesome tool. If you're a serious athlete, I want you to click the link in the description and go download our game day checklist. If you're one of those serious athletes, if you're going to go download our checklist and you're trying to improve your game every day, check out the video we did last week. I broke down exactly what you need to do as an athlete to get a college athletic director or a college coach's attention like myself so that you can get an offer. Don't give up yet. If you haven't gotten those offers yet, do not lose hope. I want you to go click on that video. It's going to teach you what you need to do to maximize your ability to get recruited. Now, we see ourselves growing here on our channel, and we want to keep bringing you guys great videos and come up with ideas that will help you guys improve. But we know we can't do this without you. So if you're enjoying the content, click that subscription button, hit that like button, comment, share it with your friends, help us grow this channel. We are on a mission to hit our first 100 subscribers, and we are so close. And when we get there, we are going to celebrate with a live giveaway through our good friends at StreamYard. So thank you for listening. Until we see you again, always get better.